Alaikum. This is YAHAWAH. We're going to read Colossians 3 and 17. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all by Hashem, Hamashiach, Yahawaah, giving thanks to the Abanawa, the Father by Him. All praises to the Most High, the power. And I just want to go into this, and speak on how there's a lot of calamity going on now in the world. What we have is these hurricanes are being created. And who are they being created by? They're being created by the Most High. The Most High is the person, or who is the spirit, who brings forth the instrument of destruction. So many people don't understand why these things are happening. Most people think that it's just one of these strange coincidences that what they call Mother Nature is in control of it, but it's not Mother Nature. The Most High is in control of all things. So I want to say to all my people caught in these storms in Texas and in Florida, in the West, in the East, Eastern islands of the Caribbean. If you know anything by now, in this truth, the Most High is all in all. Okay? He is all in all. He is everything. There's nothing else on this earth you should be putting your faith in other than Him. Let's go to Sirach in the Apocrypha, chapter 43, verse 27. In the book of the Apocrypha, what you should understand is the Most High controls all these storms that we're seeing in the world right now. No one else could do these things but the Most High. He's the only one. He's the only one. Look at verse 27. It says, we may speak much and yet come short, wherefore in some He is all. See? So many people are going to say many things. And many people are not going to say hardly anything, but the Most High is always all in all. Through much words, through much sayings, through much prophecies, the Most High is all in all. He controls everything. Okay, look at verse 17. The noise of the thunder maketh the earth to tremble. What is thunder? Thunder is noise. That's what thunder is. Thunder is noise. Thunder can make whole cities be quiet. Birds stop chirping. Animals stop moving. Okay? Thunder is fearsome. It's the Most High. So doeth the northern storm and the whirlwind. What is a whirlwind? What do you think a hurricane is? Can you find hurricane anywhere in the scriptures? Can you find tornado? We know that hurricanes are gathered by water, and tornadoes most of the time in the Midlands or in the middle of a dry area of a landmass, such as like Utah, Colorado, out in the desert. All right, but for the most part, a whirlwind is a hurricane. A whirlwind is a tornado. But the Most High uses this by using His chariots to form these things. The Most High has helpers. Yes, He does. He has helpers. Do we need any help? No, we don't need any help. But the Most High does use helpers. The angels are His helpers. All right. Let's go back to, let's keep reading verse 17. And it says, as birds flying He scattereth the snow, and the following down thereof. He as the lightning of grasshoppers. You ever see grasshoppers when they rub their legs together? How they make that noise? It's like lightning. Okay, you can hear that for miles and miles. You get a grasshopper or a cricket stuck in your house somewhere, and it get quiet. You can hear that cricket. If you way on the other side of the house, you can hear it. You can be behind the toilet. You can hear that cricket. That's a form of loud, piercing noise. The Most High is like that with His lightning. Cause everything to cease. Okay? Jump up to verse 28. How shall we be able to magnify him? For he is great above all his works, above everything, above the thunderstorms, above the earthquakes, above the hailstorms, above the snow, above the whiteness of the snow. Okay? Above the deep. The Most High is everything. He is above all things. Okay? He is above all his works. The Most High is terrible and very great. So the Most High is what? Is he love? The scripture says that the Most High is terrible. Okay? When you see these storms, and these storms are coming through the Bahamas, through Cuba, through Havana, Cuba, through Haiti, through all these different islands, these people are fleeing because the storm is terrible. This is a great storm. They call it a nuclear storm, a nuclear hurricane. This is a monster of hurricanes. First it started in Texas, came in from the coast, hit parts of Texas, then it went back out in the water, and then it gathered itself and came back. Hit Texas again. Who's to say that these storms that are forming down in Miami or in the islands, who's to say it won't go back to Texas? These storms can go right back to Texas. Hit New Orleans, hit Georgia. You gotta understand what the Most High is doing. He's attacking the coast. The borders of wickedness is the city of Babylon. The borders of wickedness. Let's go to Malachi real quick. Understand, the Most High has a method. He has a method to his destruction. He has a method to it. In the book of Malachi, which is the last book in the Bible. Alright? In the book of Malachi chapter 1, verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, who is Edom? Edom is the ones who is ruling this earth. Those are the ones who are ruling the UN, the NATO. That's Edom. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Most High of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness. What is this place? The border of wickedness. What is Texas? The border of wickedness. What is Florida? The border of wickedness. What is the islands? The border of wickedness. New York, California, the borders of wickedness. Okay? And the people against whom the Most High have indignation forever. The Most High knows where his children are, and he knows where the people who have constructed the borders of wickedness are. They're right here in America. Right here in Babylon. He's chastising them right now. What do you think that eclipse was all about? The eclipse came and went. When that eclipse came, all the heathen were amazed at the eclipse. Jeremiah 10:1. They were all amazed at it. But the Most High was showing them what that is a page. The Most High is saying, look, this is the end of your kingdom. I'm turning the page. Your kingdom is coming to an end. That's what that eclipse was. Your society as you know it is coming to an end. He said, I'm going to have the whole page of the U.S. just turn. Right? This is what people don't understand. So it says in Malachi 1:4, the border of wickedness and the people against whom the Most High have indignation forever. So what do you think he's going to bring on those people? Terror. He's the God of terror, right? That's what he's going to bring. Terror. Let's go back to Ecclesiasticus. Ecclesiasticus chapter 43. And let's read, where were we at? Verse 29. The Most High is terrible and very great, and marvelous is his power. When you glorify the Most High, exalt him as much as you can. So all you brethren and you sisters, you Benjamites, you Levites, you Dominicans, you Manasseh, Ephraim, all you brothers and sisters who are in these islands, okay? Praise him as much as you can, the Most High says. For even yet will he far exceed, and when you exalt him, put forth all your strength, and be not weary. For you can never go far enough. You can never praise the Most High enough. You understand? When those storms came, or when those storms are coming, or when they pass, praise the Most High. Praise the Most High. You can't, the islands and these lands cannot escape judgment, but you can pray for protection. You understand? You can pray for protection, but you cannot prevent the judgment that is coming on these lands. You cannot do it. The Most High is already chastised. He's bringing destruction. All right. Verse 31. Who have seen him that he might tell us? Have you seen the Most High? And who can magnify him as he is? There are yet here greater things than these be. For we have seen but a few of his works. The hurricane is just one of his works. Look at this. First, yet so-called Hurricane Harvey. I say so-called because they're naming these storms, and it's the Most High behind it. The Most High didn't name these storms. He just brought it. Then you got Hurricane Harvey. Then as soon as Harvey stops, Hurricane Irma, so-called Hurricane Irma begins. Right? It goes from a 4 to a 5. Then as soon as it starts to slow down a little bit, 2 more storms form. 2 more hurricanes begin. Right on the side of it. Who does that? It's nothing but the Most High. There ain't nothing but the Most High. The Most High said, I'm going to bring calamity and tribulation like birth pains on the earth. This is birth pains. You ain't seen nothing yet. We still in that window. Day of Atonement is coming up on the 29th. That's 40 days exactly from the eclipse. 40 days. Many people don't even know what Day of Atonement is. That's for Israel. That's a holy day for Israel to repent for all the sins of Israel. Zion. Alright? For the 12 tribes, you got to get it right. For the Most High hath made all things, and to the godly hath he given wisdom. To the godly. Who are the godly? The godly are the children of Israel. Go to Psalms. See, this is the problem. Many people go to the internet, look for questions, and they look for this and they look for that, not knowing that the Most High has a children that he honors. He honors his children of Israel. Okay? Look at Psalms 147 verse 19. Psalms 147 verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so, he have not dealt so, he have not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known him. Praise ye the Most High. So the Most High is dealing with his children. His children. The Negroes, Latinos, and American Indians are his children. Why do you think calamity is coming on earth? America has reached its ceiling. They're at the end of their great golden era. Right? In the 60s was the golden days, right? They call that the golden days. They have reached their max. And the Most High is going to keep on bringing it. Okay? Understand that. Let's go to Isaiah 45 and 7. So many of y'all think that these storms don't have no one wielding these storms. But the Most High is the one who's wielding these storms. Isaiah 45 and 7. Isaiah chapter 45 verse 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Most High, do all these things. The Most High is the one who does it. He brings destruction. He brings righteousness. He brings the light. He brings darkness. He brings destruction. He's the one that brings all these things. Whether you want to believe it or not, the Most High is the one who does it. So, many of y'all are fooled on believing in Mother Nature. I watched the news earlier today, and I watched the newscaster say Mother Nature about 20 times. Never did he give credit to the Most High. Not once. Most High got no credit. No credit. So what do you think the Most High going to do? He's going to break all these people like he did Pharaoh. He's going to make them praise him. That's what's coming. And you guys better not be praying to help this place. You pray for this place that hurt you. You pray for your people. Pray for your people. They need it more than anything. Jeremiah 23 and 23. Jeremiah 23 and 23. Am I a power at hand, saith the Most High, and not the Most High afar off? Because many of y'all think the Most High is not around. The Most High says, I'm not far away. I'm right in the midst thereof. I'm here. Verse 24. Can any hide himself in secret places that I shall not see him? Saith the Most High. Can you hide in a bunker? Can you go below in a bomb shelter and hide? Can you go below the sea? Can you go up in the heavens, jump in a spaceship, go up in the heavens and hide? The Most High is everywhere. He's like savoir-faire. He's everywhere. You cannot run from the Most High. He's there. All right? Many people think that. So you ain't going to hide from the Most High. Go to verse 19. This is Jeremiah 23 and 19. Behold, a whirlwind of the Most High is gone forth in fury. That's your so-called Hurricane Irma and your so-called Hurricane Harvey. I'll read it again. Behold, a whirlwind of the Most High is gone forth in fury, even a grievous whirlwind. Look at that. It shall fall grievously upon the head of the wicked. When the Most High is bringing these whirlwinds, that's what they are, whirlwinds. Hurricane and tornadoes are new names. It was a whirlwind in the beginning and it's still a whirlwind. These are whirlwinds. The Most High, he'll bring them. Alright? I'm ready for the Most High. I'm ready to see a cyclone. None of y'all ain't said nothing about a cyclone. A hurricane goes straight up. A tornado goes straight up. A cyclone rolls sideways. Those are the miracles. Those are the things you have not seen. America ain't seen a cyclone just roll over everything. Sideways. A sideways hurricane. What you gonna do when you see that? You ain't gonna run from that. A sideways cyclone? Hurricane? Come on now. Jeremiah 25. Let's go to Jeremiah 25. Jeremiah 25 verse 32. Thus saith the Most High of hosts, behold, evil shall go forth from the nation to nation, and a great whirlwind shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. Where is this coming from? The coast. The Atlantic coast. Alright? These whirlwinds have been coming up. Most High is going to bring it. He's bringing it now. Let's read on. And it reads, 33. And the slain of the Most High shall be at that day from one end of the earth, even unto the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented, neither gathered, nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground. You know how many lives have been lost? Am I praising that? No, I am not praising that lives are lost. But I am praising the Most High because the Most High said he was going to bring this stuff. And if you are not ready for the Most High, then shame on you. The Most High said what he was going to bring. You were not ready. The book has been here from day one. You ignored the book while the book was closed, and you wasn't walking in the truth. So why should we pity you if you wasn't following the Most High power? Shame on you. Verse 34. Howl ye shepherds, and cry, and wail yourselves in the ashes, you principal of the flock. For the days of your slaughter and of your dispersions are accomplished, and you shall fall like a pleasant vessel. Who are the shepherds? Who are these principals? Who are these? These are the people. These are the leaders and the governors that get on TV and say, you're going to be okay. We have people to help you. We have aid for you. We have gas for you. We have food for you. We have water for you. Yeah, but what happens when they leave? What about the diseases and the calamities that sit in afterwards? What about the insects and the plagues that spread afterwards? What about afterwards? How do you send your children to school afterwards? These shepherds are for naught. And the shepherd shall have no way to flee, nor the principal of the flock to escape. None of these people are going to be able to outrun the Most High. The Most High is everywhere. Everywhere. A voice of the cry of the shepherds, and a howling of the principal of the flock shall be heard. For the Most High has spoiled their pasture, and the peaceable habitations are cut down. Look at what is the Caribbeans known for? Peace, vacations. Yo, let's go. So much wickedness is being done over there, man. They're letting body boys run all over the place in the Caribbeans now. You got all kinds of wickedness going on in the Caribbeans. Most High is destroying that area for the wickedness that's been brought over there, and for the people who join in hand with wickedness. That's what's going on. Let's go to Jonah. It's a trap. Don't you understand? It's a trap over there. It's a business trap. They don't give those people no businesses, no nothing. It's just a tourism spot. You either work in the tourism or you die. You have nothing. You can't feed your family. You have to smile and grit all the day long on those islands to please your enemy. You become slaves to please your enemy on those islands. It's a trap. They purposely don't send businesses to the islands. Purposely. There's a reason for that. You brothers and sisters need to wake up, man. Understand who you are as a people. Once you understand who you are as a people, then you'll know that the time is near. Let's go to the book of Jonah chapter 1. Jonah, the book of Jonah chapter 1 verse 4. But the Most High sent out a great wind into the sea, and there was a mighty tempest in the sea, so that the ship was like to be broken. So all of those little Royal Caribbean ships, they're trying to race to the calm area of the sea. The Most High had 2 more storms come out. All that wickedness done on those ships. A lot of wickedness done. You have great entourages going on those ships, partying all day and nights, sexing each other up, fornication, women just being complete hoes on those ships, men just whoremongering on those ships, liquor and wine. The Most High is destroying all of that stuff. I'm trying to show you, man. We don't have time for that no more. Nahum. Let's go to the book of Nahum, chapter 1, verse 3. The Most High is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. You hear that? He is not going to acquit the wicked. The Most High hath his way in the whirlwind. There it is again. And in the storm, and in the clouds are the dust of his feet. In the storm cloud, he might kick the ship. That's the dust of his feet. He might kick the ship over. Let it roll a few times before you let y'all come out of it. Let a few survivors make it. Okay? The Most High don't have to be nice. Y'all expect the Most High to be nice? He don't have to be nice. He's been nice for the last 400 years by letting the heathen rule over you. He's been nice. He don't have to be nice no more. Let's go to Psalms 83. Y'all always want somebody to be nice to you. It's time for judgment. It's time for the Most High to show who he is on the earth. He's let you do your wickedness long enough, just like in the book of Genesis chapter 11. He let Nimrod do his wickedness long enough. Psalms 83 verse 15. Psalms 83 verse 15. So persecute them with thy tempests, and make them afraid with thy storm. These people are afraid of the storm. You brothers and sisters in Florida, yes, be afraid of the storm, but do not fear the storm. Fear the Most High. Fear the Most High. Remember in 2 Kings with Elijah, or 1 Kings with Elijah, Elijah thought that the Most High was in the storm. He said he was not in the storm. So don't fear the storm, fear the Most High. Most High could come around the back and have somebody stab you before the storm even get there. Fear the Most High. The Most High is all in all. Let's go to Psalms 107. Psalms 107, verse 25. For he commandeth and raiseth the stormy wind, which lifteth up the wands thereof. Look at that. They mount up to the heaven. They go down again to the depths. Their soul is melted because of trouble. Most High will have you staggering like a drunken man because you're not paying attention. The Most High, he's that type of warring man. Remember, he says that the Most High is a man of war. He has many strategies. He has many ways to bring fear upon you. And he said he's going to laugh at your calamity. Let's go to the book of Luke. Book of Luke. Y'all probably say, man, all you do is bring judgment every time you speak. What you think the prophets did? Don't you know fear is the tactic to making you wake up? It's a tactic. I want you to be afraid of the Most High, just like I'm afraid of the Most High. You should be afraid of him. He has the power to kill and make alive. He has the power to kill you in the next body. Okay? Don't you know when you die, this body goes into the earth. Where do you think your spirit go? Into another body. What's going to happen? Going to that body. It could be a destroy. It could be a body just full of affliction, full of pain. All right. Luke chapter 8, verse 24. And they came to him and awoke him, saying, Master, Master, we perish. Then he rose and rebuked the wind and the raging of the water. And they ceased, and there was a calm. So why did the storm cease? Because the Most High was not in the storm. He was not in the storm. See? His angels, he sends his angels to do the work. But he is not in the storm. The Most High is everywhere. Everywhere. Don't you know everything is systematic? Let me give you an example. What is systematic? Systematic is, say you have a huge house with acres of land. You have grass all over your acres. You have sprinkler systems all throughout your grass. What controls all your sprinklers? A sprinkler station. Now who turns on the sprinkler station? You do. You can either put it on a timer or you could do it manually. Now you turn on that timer, you turn on that sprinkler station manually. Who you think caused the sprinkler systems to come up? You did. That's how the Most High is. He has a system. All he has to do is push the button. Don't mean that he's in that storm, just like you ain't in the sprinkler. You understand? Most High could be everywhere watching while his storms are taking place. Just to give you an understanding how the Most High work. He deals with system. Look at the universe. It's a system. Look at the bugs. It's an ecosystem. It's a little society. Look at man's world. Society, a system. Look at your organs in your body. That's a system. Your respiratory system. Your digestive system. Your reproductive system. All of these are systems. The Most High controls everything. Let's go to 26. Luke 8, verse 26. And they arrived at the country. Is that what I want? Nah, I don't want that. Let's go John 15 and 5. So, listen, gird up your loins and believe in him. Because he is the one that's going to make you or break you. He is the one that's going to save you. Salvation is coming through his son, Hamashiach Yahawashi. But Hamashiach Yahawashi is the one who stands between us and him. Okay? You pray to him, but you use Yahawashi, Hamashiach, to send forth the message. Just like he sends forth the same message through Yahawashi to you. Whether it be by death, by life, by blessing, by faith, by favor, by mercy. Yahawashi is working, man. He's the busiest man in the universe. He's the busiest man in the universe. He got to respond to you, and he's got to respond to the Most High. First thing first, he has to respond to him. John 15:5. I am the vine, you are the branches. He that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit. See that? For without me, you can do nothing. We can't do nothing without our big brother, without our Messiah, without our King. We have to use him to get to the Most High. Okay? We're special, but we ain't that special. You ain't that special to just walk up to the Most High. You ain't that special. None of us here on this earth today are that special. The one that's special is the one standing in between us. And based on our faith and on us keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, our blessing is to go through him and see to it that he actually takes it to the Most High by us being faithful. Remember what he said. He is the branch. He is the vine. So, to all my Benjamin brothers in the West Indies, stay strong and praise his name. To my Akim in the islands of Cuba, Havana, San Juan, Puerto Rico, Antigua, Dominico, Hispaniola, those of you who know this truth, he will protect you. This is a time of tribulation. The Most High is judging, he's judging the earth right now. He's judging America. Beginning with the house of Israel, and he's starting on the coast. The inside of the U.S. is next. So he's judging this place. Are you ready? So you got to believe in Hamashiach Yahawashi, the anointed one, who sits, like I said, between us and the Father. He will carry our prayers to him. But understand, you can't pray this judgment away. Only pray for safety. Any judgment that's coming on this place, you cannot pray it away. You can only pray for safety. Okay? When it's in the form of storms and tempests and whirlwinds and earthquakes and destruction, you can only pray for safety. Remember that, Akim. You have to allow the judgment to go through. You cannot stop this judgment. Acts 4:10. Let's go there. Acts 4:10. Acts 4:10. Be it known unto you all and to all the people of Israel that by the name of Hamashiach Yahawashi of Nazareth, whom you crucified, whom the Most High raised from the dead, even by him doeth this man stand here before you whole. This is the stone which was set at naught of you builders, which has become the head of the corner. Neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved. You have to use Hamashiach Yahawashi to get to the Father to be saved. You understand? We use him to get to the Father. Without him, we could never get to the Father. So it's a blessing that he died for our sins. The Most High used our brother to stand between us. It's not anyone else. All right? Not Mother Nature. Not the global warming that they talk about. When Trump pulled out, everybody was mad. Global warming is not the issue. The Most High. It's sin. Sin is the issue right now. Sin is causing the weather to be the way that it is now. Okay? You can't pray to the God of the community, the green God, by Al-Barif. You can't pray to him either. Slakia. It's YAHAWAH, the king of terror, the God of Israel, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of Yahawashi, the God of Yasharallah, of Israel. That's who you pray to. He's the only one that can save us. Let's go to Job 18 and 14. Book of Job. Book of Job, chapter 18, verse 14. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors. So this man that's ruling this earth, Esau, and Ishmael, okay, and Moab, and Ammon, and the Hagarenes, and Gabal, all these people, which are so-called white men, the Chinese men, the Japanese men, the Africans, the East Indians, all these people who have had us in captivity, we're going to have to pay. Think about this. They don't even acknowledge Israel. How can they ask for permission to be saved through Hamashiach Yahushua when they don't even acknowledge us as being the children of Israel? The Most High said, you have to acknowledge my children. I put them at the gate. They're at the door. Yahushua is the way for them. And they are the way for you. We are the saviors of the nations. Pursuant to Obadiah, the last verse, the book of Obadiah. We are the saviors. We are going to judge the whole house of Esau. And what that means is, let's go there real quick, Obadiah. Book of Obadiah. I was going over this chapter last night, and Obadiah is a heavy chapter, you know. When you don't read it for a while and you come back to it, it really sets in, lets you know where you stand and how this place is going to go down. This is Obadiah 1 and 21. And saviors shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau. So judges shall come up on Mount Zion, which is Israel, to judge the mount of Esau. And the kingdom shall be the Most High. So what does that mean? Judges shall come up on the mount and judge the mount of Esau. The governments of Esau, the governments of the so-called white man of Europe, of America, of Alaska, of Canada, all right? Esau is in rulership everywhere. He controls the majority of all the other countries, okay? In order to get approval on anything, you have to go through him. Even the countries of Japan and China, Africa, East India, Ishmael, they have to go through Esau, through the United Nations. So that's what he meant by judging the mountain or the governments of Esau. So Israel is going to be the judges of that. That's a big job for us to do. Okay? So the Most High is telling us that he is the God of terrors. Yes, yes, terror. 2 Corinthians, let's go there real quick. Understand that the Most High is terror. He is love. Yes, he is. Yes, yes. But the Most High is also terror. Never forget that. Remember, they called him the great and terrible God. The great and terrible God. That's what the earth is seeing now. The great and terrible power. 2 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 11. Knowing therefore the terror of the Most High, we persuade men. We persuade men by showing them, look at that hurricane. That's the Most High. You want to be saved? Ask the Most High to save you. You know what I mean? Ask the Most High for help. Or you're going to die in a storm. You're going to die in this earthquake. You're going to die of famine, of illness, injury. Okay? Seek the Most High while time is here. You got to do that. Pray 10 times more towards the Most High. Seek his word. Wake up, Israel. So 2 hurricanes and then 2 more. All right? You got fires in California. You know, you got the skies all hazy here. While those storms was going on, these skies in California was just as hazy as could be, man. Nasty looking. It looked like the whole sky had chlamydia. Dripping. The whole sky was just ugly. And those storms are affecting these skies here now. Okay? Those storms over there are affecting these skies here. Because it looked like it wanted to rain all day in the summertime, and it's humid, which is very awkward for California to be that way. So everything is connected. Remember I said it's like a sprinkler system, just to give you an idea of what that's like. So the air quality is terrible here based on those storms. All right, and these fires. So don't even speak on North Korea. North Korea is another one. Those bombs, that's another affliction. The Most High is controlling and wielding North Korea. The principal shepherds of North Korea, the Most High is wielding them. And guess what? China and Japan are in on it. America's trying to use China to control North Korea, right? By putting conditions on them. But China and Japan are in it. Remember, Japan got bombed by America. They ain't forgot that. They ain't forgot it. They're in cahoots with North Korea. China is the same way. Why do you think China's buying up all of Africa? Buying up the resources. Over there in Jamaica, over there in Haiti. They're all over the place. They're building highways in Jamaica. Okay? In the Caribbeans, they're getting the resources. They got hair shops everywhere. So China is an underdog. They're an underdog, okay? You got to understand, they have a plot. They're planning. They're trying to figure out how to strategically get over on America. And they won't tell you their secrets. I don't know if any of y'all ever was raised up with Chinese people. Chinese people are different. Moab is who the Chinese are. They're different. They scheme. They like to scheme on things. And they're good at math, man. Good at formulas. Good at plotting. Good at chess. Good at strategic. So the North Koreans are the cousins of the Chinese. So guess what? They're all plotting on America right now. And guess who's in the background? Russia. Russia's also in cahoots. The economist for the America, I forget his name, but Donald Trump chose him. The only reason why he chose him because he was a mastermind at knowing the Asian dominance and the Asian history. That's why they chose the economist, this particular economist. I forget his name. Look him up. They just hacked into Equifax. They're not saying that the Chinese did it, but I'm sure they did. They gave a whole paragraph in BBC News that Equifax was hacked. But they didn't say who did it. They ain't saying. China and Russia have been hacking into this country for the last 10 years. Non-stop. And the major corporations. What's stopping them? Alright? Let's get it together. Let's understand what time that we're in. Let's go to Psalms 121. And not to get all you afraid, anything like that. But yes, to get you afraid. To get you to fear the Most High. That's what it's about. Fear. The Most High rules by fear. Right? Keep His commandments. Keep His commandments. If you want protection, that's the condition. If you want protection, follow my rules. If you don't want my protection, don't follow my rules. I ain't got nothing to do with you. Just put this red paint on your face. Alright? Let me just mark you. So I know that you ain't mine. That's what the Most High basically saying. You don't want to keep my commandments? Let me just mark you and move you out of the way. All those who want to keep my commandments, I'm going to mark them. I'm going to seal them with the commandments in their forehead. They're going to be the 144,000. I'm going to seal them. Let's go to Psalms 121. Psalms chapter 121, verse 7. The Most High shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Most High shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from the time forth and even forevermore. The Most High is going to protect you if you do what He asks you to do, which is following His wills. Okay? But, you know, I want to say this at heart to the brothers and sisters, encouraging words. Pay no mind to these talking heads on CNN or Fox News or any of these news programs. Pay no mind to them. Alright? These people ignore the Most High completely. They don't even mention His name. They don't mention His people. They are doomed. These people are doomed. The days are numbered on the earth. The Most High is all in all. Remember that. 1 Corinthians. Let's go to 1 Corinthians while I'm thinking of it. Yeah, but heart to heart, I ask that all Israel repent. The Day of Atonement is coming up. Keep the ordinances of the Most High the whole time, from this mark on, all the way to the Day of Atonement. Do not fall a wayside. Okay? After that, you have the Feast of Tabernacles. Get your tent. If you're afraid to go outside, do it in your house. Brother told me, well, you can't be going outside to a resort. Well, where else are we going to go, brother? You go anywhere else, the police going to pull you over. We got to follow the rules. Right? He said, you're supposed to be under a form of stress. Man, we in America. We are under stress every day. We are under stress. We are in the wilderness. You put your tent in your backyard. You still under stress. You got to get up, go to work. Form of stress. Your blood pressure. Most black people, or most American Indian people, Israelites, or Mexicans, your blood pressure is high. You change your diets and your blood pressure is still high. Why? Because of stress. You're stressing. This storm is stressing a lot of people out. People are having heart attacks. People are passing out. Seeing their loved ones stranded. That's a form of stress. Blood pressure going up. Diabetes kicking off. Not getting your insulin. Not getting your shots or your medicine. That's why I say pray for Israel right now, Akim. I don't care who you are. Pray for Israel. Pray for the 12 tribes of Israel. And pray that they wake up. Don't just pray for them. Pray that they wake up. Wake up and keep the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments. Alright. With that, I'm going to say, let's read first. I was going to stop, but let's read 1 Corinthians 8 and 2 before I stop. 1 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 2. And if any man think that he knoweth anything, he knoweth nothing, yet as he ought to know. And you got some brothers out here that think they the next Christ to walk the earth. Look, Christ only came one time. He only came one time. There's no general that's going to be Christ. There's no king. Somebody called himself a king already. There's not going to be Christ. We already have a king. He's going to make us kings. He's going to tell us who is the kings of this earth. Which ones of us is going to be anointed. Remember that white stone that he's going to give us? What do you think is going to be on that white stone? He's going to tell us our position, our place, and who we are. The Most High has everything named. He has a name for everything. He has the clouds. He has a name for them. He has a name for the angels. He has named everything. You don't think he's named you? He named Jeremiah. Look at all the prophets he named before they even came out the womb. You already had names. Okay? So with that, I'm going to say shalom. Stay strong. Keep praying to the Most High. Remember the eclipse came, changed everything. We're getting close. The Most High knows where we are. He knows who we are. He just wants us to do the righteous thing. Right? Follow the feast days. Keep the high holy days. All praises to the Most High. Ba'ashem, Mashak Yahushai. Bless all those who are waking up to this truth. And yes, this is the truth.
I will make you a great name among the great ones of the earth. I will assign a place for my people in Israel. There I will plant them, and they shall dwell in their own land.